Yup, you saw it right. This mafia rules the internet. Over 70% of highly successful internet companies are run by this mafia. Every member was selected because they were special in their own way. But how can a group of some 15 people rule the internet? Let's find out. So hey folks, this is Nishant. Here we talk about businesses, products, content creation and a bunch of other things. So if you're interested in any of these and if at any point in the video you feel like subscribing, just hit that red button and subscribe to the channel. So with those formalities aside, let's get straight into today's video. And if you learn something new, as a thank you, you can share it with your friends. Deal? Perfect. Yeah. Today we're going to discuss about the PayPal Mafia. The early employees of the payments company PayPal are termed as PayPal Mafia. Every early employee has made it big in their careers irrespective of whatever they got into after PayPal. Let's dive deeper into how such group of people was brought together and how did they work at PayPal. The work culture here is noteworthy and you should take a note of it, and this is the reason why they are highly successful in their respective fields. Employees were not employees here. They were partners. Every employee had a say in the discussion and nobody was made to shut up. The culture was productive and collaborative. This led to everybody being self-driven. In early 2000s in other companies, everybody tried to pull each other down to climb the corporate ladder. And at PayPal, everybody had a growth mindset. In other companies, there was a zero-sum mindset, meaning if I have to win, somebody out there has to lose. But at PayPal, they were focused on the growth aspect. They wanted to grow together. They wanted to make it big together. Since the hiring process was casual enough, they thought that everybody getting in should be as crazy as everybody that is already in. The vibes and skill sets should match and not the corporate manners. This led to a high growth team at PayPal. Let's talk a bit about the hiring process. Every member of the team was hired based on specific traits. Like for example, somebody would be good at technology and they would be introvert, while somebody would be good at sales and marketing and they will be good with people. Peter Thiel, the co-founder of PayPal, had this mindset that we should have a high growth team and everybody should be responsible for what they do. He had a mindset that everybody in the group should be great friends with each other no matter what happens to the company. He got some people from his college who had this mindset. He wanted people who would make decisions on facts, data and insights. Instead of having blunt experience and doing things with that experience, here everybody was starting out and nobody had real experience, so everybody was good at their work. The only rationality there was the trust over each other and respect of their opinions. They wanted a hyper competitive team whose life would be intact with their work. They wanted people who would hustle it out and make their work worth their time and effort. There was also a hypothetical rule set up. Even though you end up leaving PayPal, you would have to stay in touch with the early employees and you would have to help them outside of the company as well. This led to a productive group of people working under PayPal and the environment was crazy. This work culture was extremely new at that time and it is still rare to find these days. Since these people were highly competitive, Peter Thiel once said, quote unquote, that there would be physical fights in the office, but everybody used to be okay with it because they knew that it will in the way end up solving the issue. Yeah, that was the culture at PayPal. But who are these people and what did they start or invest in? Let's get into some data. And this is gonna blow your mind, by the way. At last, I'll mention all the names of the big companies the PayPal Mafia is a part of. Peter Thiel. He has his venture capital firms called Valor Ventures and founder firms and other VCs as well. He's an early investor in current biggest companies of the internet. He was the first outside investor at Facebook. That means he was the first person who ever invested in Facebook. Now you can imagine what returns would he have gotten till now. He's also an investor in firms like Airbnb, Stripe, SpaceX, Lyft, and even Spotify and countless other companies. He's also involved as an advisor at LinkedIn, Instagram, Snapchat, and any big company, you name it. He's one of the most respected and even controversial people in the Silicon Valley. Javed Karim, Steve Sheachin, and Chad Hurley, the early employees and interns at PayPal, started out YouTube and eventually sold YouTube at over $1 billion to Google. If you want to know about the story of these unknown founders of YouTube that nobody knows about, you can check out the video I recently made. You can watch it later. Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn. He was also one of the early investors in Facebook. As everybody in that era thought that loss-making companies will never survive, these geniuses picked these companies because they knew the future of technology and business. Hoffman was one of those wise people. Max Levchin, the CTO of PayPal, he's the founder of Yelp. He also started a company called Affirm and got it listed on the stock market with one of the fastest growth track of all time of listing a company on the stock market. Rolf Botha, he's a partner at Sequoia Capital, one of the most famous venture capital firms there is. He also sits as a board member of product companies like Evernote, Tumblr, Flickr, etc. Other people from the mafia had several investments that they have at least grew by 20 times since they invested. And I said at least. Smartness was paid off to every single one of them. Some of these investments include Airbnb, Mixpanel, Mongo, Tesla, FTX, and numerous other VC firms that they eventually started. But why did this happen? The power of network. Your family isn't going to take you far with their connections. They are their connections. You are a second degree or a third degree connection and not a first degree connection. First degree connections mean direct connections and not through someone. Try building first degree connections with people. Such connections matter in the long run. The worth of quality connections is unmatched. You would have heard it somewhere that if you are the smartest person in the room, you would be in the wrong room. And it is 100% true. And as much as you love to be in such a room where you're the smartest, you shouldn't be in that room. I would rather surround myself with high quality people. People that I hang out with will have some trade value to offer me, and I would 100% offer same or even more than that in return. I was listening to some interview wherein somebody said you'll get something in return only when you have something to offer. And by the way, by doing things just to get something in return is absolutely wrong. You gotta give without any conditions and eventually things will come back to you. The power of network outshines everything, no matter the industry. It's just about who you vibe with. There's enough and more to learn and know about. Let's say you are a geek, but some years later you would be interested in philosophy. There is somebody out there who will be interested in talking to you about philosophy. Just a random example, but you get the point. Professional relationships can come a long way. Hence, MBAs were worth it back then. Because when offline colleges were there was an opportunity to hang out with top tier people in your industry. But now, online, how would you even talk, let alone having a genuine connection? At such times, there are Discord communities, Twitter groups, Slack communities, and whatnot. Here you would find people to vibe with. Once you're part of such a group, let's say it's a group of 10,000 people, if you find 4 to 5 people that you vibe with in such a community, you're all set. These people would be there for you professionally and even personally at times. And this PayPal mafia tells us that it's not always about what you know, it is also about who you know. Anyways, hope you liked the video. If you like this video, share it with your friends because we have a target of 200 subscribers by the end of January. Can you help me reach there? You can share it on your groups. Also, we are building a Discord community where we have a lot of productive people and a fun environment. Link is in the pinned comments. Social media links are in the description. Come and say hi. And if you have a red subscribe button down there for you, why is it still red? Turn it to grey, tap it, and turn the notifications on by tapping that bell icon. If you like this video, there are amazing videos on this channel. You should check them out. So that was it for this video, and I'll see you guys on the other side.